AFCON qualifiers are already back. It just seems like we just had the AFCON.
Sadio Mane against Gabatsky. He scores a Senegal win.
Yes.
Senegal are AFCON champions for the very first time.
But we're soon on to another AFCON. This time it will be hosted in the Ivory Coast in the summer. So that should be really interesting to see. We have 12 groups to go through. A lot of predictions to go through. Obviously, we know Kenya and Zimbabwe are not going to be able to participate, so I feel very sad for everybody who's from Kenya and Zimbabwe who support the national team. Feel very sad for you, but unfortunately, FIFA did not uplift their suspension, so they will not be partaking in the qualifiers. So let's go through the groups. I'll give you my predictions. You know, it's not going to be deep analysis of the groups because there's so many teams and a lot of groups to go through. So sit back, enjoy, get a cup of tea, coffee, whatever drink you enjoy, and enjoy the predictions. Hit the like button, give your predictions in the comment section down below, and who do you think is going to debut at this year's AFCON? Because we always get a debutant. Who will be this year's debutant? Let me know in the comment section down below. Editor Mike here. Forgot to mention in the intro, the top 2 teams in each group will qualify to the AFCON. Forgot to mention that. Back to you, Michael. And further ado, let's get to the prediction. So Group A, we have Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Guinea-Bissau, and Mauritius. Well, I can clearly tell you that 4th place will be Mauritius, right? There's no way they're going to beat any of the other 3 sides. They might get a draw at home, but that's the best Mauritius will do. So it's going to be between Sierra Leone and Guinea-Bissau. Both teams were the last AFCON. Both did pretty well. Guinea-Bissau just lack a real goal scorer. And Sierra Leone, you know, they could be progressing even further in the AFCON had they not lost that game on the final match day. So I think Guinea-Bissau are going to finish 3rd. I think Sierra Leone will finish 2nd and make it to back-to-back AFCONs. And it better be Nigeria finishing 1st. We know Jose Pizarro now is manager after Eguafon got sacked, or he left basically. So it's a bit of a rebuild for the Super Eagles, but they have so much quality and they should be qualifying to the AFCON, because if they don't qualify to the AFCON, boy oh boy, there needs to be major changes after their disappointing exit and loss to Ghana in the World Cup qualifiers, even though they didn't lose, but they drew, but you know what I mean. But so I think Nigeria will finish 1st in the group. So Nigeria and Sierra Leone, I think, will qualify to the AFCON. Group B, we have Eswatini, Togo, Cape Verde, and Burkina Faso. So 4th position, it's going to be Eswatini. I don't need to say why. No offense to Eswatini, but they're very low ranked in minnows in Africa. So I think Eswatini will finish 4th. Togo, on the other hand, look, the golden generation with Adebayor is way gone. They're getting a little bit better, but it's going to be difficult to beat Cape Verde and Burkina Faso. They're going to have to win some home games. Can that happen? Possibly, but I think Togo will finish 3rd. So then I think it will be Cape Verde 2nd and Burkina Faso 1st. Burkina Faso obviously were fantastic in the AFCON. Always a gritty side. Always difficult to beat. We know if you underestimate this side, they will beat you. So Burkina Faso will qualify once again to the AFCON, and Cape Verde will qualify as well. We know that they have quality. Was their AFCON a little bit disappointing? Were they a little bit too defensive? Possibly, but you know what? They now have qualified in the last couple editions. So Cape Verde 2nd and Burkina Faso 1st. Group C, it is Cameroon, Namibia, Burundi, and it was supposed to be Kenya, but unfortunately they are disqualified. So 3 teams and only 2 spots available. So which unfortunate team will miss out? The unfortunate team will be Burundi. Burundi, who have qualified to the AFCON before. You guys might know Saido Berahino, remember his transfer to QPR and all that nonsense. But Burundi are decent, and decent by means they're an okay level. But I think Namibia, who have actually performed quite well in the last couple of years, will finish 2nd and will return to the AFCON, and then Cameroon will finish 1st. There's no doubt about that. Cameroon have too much quality. They have too much quality for Namibia and Burundi. So I think it'll be Cameroon 1st, Namibia 2nd, and Burundi 3rd. Group D, and this might be perfectly the group of death, because all 4 teams qualified to the last AFCON. Ethiopia, Guinea, Malawi, and Egypt. This is going to get intense, and Egypt better be careful. Yes, they have the quality, but if they fumble and lose a couple away games, and if, you know, a surprise result at home happens where they get a draw against one of these teams, Egypt could miss out. But I don't think that will happen. So in 4th position, this is difficult. Malawi. Even though Malawi were awesome. Gabi Adino, man, what a player, what a goal he scored against Morocco at the AFCON. Oh my god, Malawi were fantastic, and they for the first time ever progressed out of the group stage, so shout out to Malawi. But I just wonder, these are a lot of tough teams in this group. So I think Malawi will finish 4th. Second and third. Now this is difficult. This is really difficult between Guinea, Ethiopia, and Egypt. I know Ethiopia weren't the greatest at AFCON, right? They weren't the greatest, but usually in the qualifiers they do really well because they're a very good home side. So I think they can take advantage of the home field advantage. So I think Ethiopia second, Guinea third, and Egypt first. Even though Egypt now, they have a new manager, Ehab Galal, but they got too much quality. They have so many good players. When you still have Salah and Trezeguet and these sort of guys, you should be qualifying to the AFCON. If Egypt miss out, that is just a horrific disaster of epic proportions. So I think Egypt will still qualify and finish first in the group. Group E. This is another interesting group. We have Central African Republic, Angola, Madagascar, and Ghana. So fourth position, I think, will be Central African Republic. They're an okay side. They don't really have a lot of quality in the team. They've been struggling the last couple years, even though they got a surprise win away at Nigeria, but that's about it. So I think Central African Republic will finish fourth. So either Madagascar or Angola are going to return to the AFCON after missing out on the last edition. And I think Angola will finish third and Madagascar will finish second. Look, I was high on the Madagascar train. I thought this side can make the next step. They can make it back to the AFCON. They can maybe qualify to the World Cup. Well, they finished last in the World Cup qualifying group, and they didn't qualify to the AFCON. So I'm very disappointed in Madagascar. I thought they would have done something better, but I think they'll make a return. Angola, the days of the 2006 to 2010s where they were fantastic, when they hosted the AFCON in 2010, where they were amazing to watch, but those days are gone. They don't have the quality in the side anymore. I think with Madagascar, still, I absolutely love Ravaloson, the midfielder from LA Galaxy. He's a good midfielder. So I think Madagascar will finish second and Ghana will finish first. And we know they are recruiting all the players. There's been talk of Inaki Williams, Nico Williams, Lamptey, Eddie Nketiah, Hudson Odoi. If these players come to Ghana, my God, watch out for them. Maybe at the World Cup. Okay, not to win it, of course, but they can do something. They can get out of the group and possibly win next year's AFCON. So Ghana will finish first and qualify to next year's AFCON. Group F, we have Tanzania, Niger, Uganda, and Algeria. So in fourth position, I think will be Niger. They're not a great side. Algeria absolutely destroyed them in the World Cup qualifiers. They've qualified to AFCONs before, but I don't think they're going to qualify to this one. They're going to finish fourth. Third position, I think it's going to be Tanzania. Even though they have some good players like Samata, and they are a very good scoring side, defensively not the strongest. They did push DR Congo to the brink in the World Cup qualifiers, but Tanzania will finish third. Uganda is interesting because they're a very good defensive side, but they lack a goal scorer. So if they can get some goal scoring, they can qualify to the AFCON, but that defensive record is something to behold, and you have to just credit them for that. So I think Uganda will finish second, and first it better be Algeria. Obviously was the defending AFCON champions, got absolutely embarrassed in Cameroon. Heartbreaking loss to Cameroon in the World Cup qualifiers, didn't qualify to the World Cup. So Belmadi is still the manager. I think Algeria will return, of course, to the AFCON. They have so many good players, no doubt about that. Maybe they just need a little bit of rebuild and maybe a little bit of reality check. So maybe that was the reality check and they can get back to winning ways. So Algeria will finish first in the group. Group G, we have South Sudan, Congo, Gambia, and Mali. So fourth position, I think, will be South Sudan. They're just not a good side. They're just not a good enough side. They can't challenge Gambia and Mali. Sorry. Maybe they can win against Congo at home, but that's about it for South Sudan. Yes, okay, Congo have qualified to past AFCONs, but they just don't have any players in the side that can make a difference, especially against Gambia and Mali with the way they've been playing. So I think they will finish third. Second place will be Gambia, and they will return to the AFCON and make back-to-back appearances, which is awesome. Tom Seidfeld and the players deserve all the credit. It was an amazing story, and I hope they can go further in the next edition of the AFCON. So big shout out to Gambia and everybody watching from Gambia. Kudos to you guys. You guys are amazing support. So they'll finish second, and Mali will finish first. God, man, I'm not putting any trust in this side anymore. I'm not. Yes, they'll finish first in this group, but when it comes to the AFCON, I am not predicting them to win. They're a great side with so many talented players, but they made me look bad when I picked them to win the AFCON, when I picked them to qualify to the World Cup, and they fumbled both occasions. So they'll qualify. They have too many quality players, but I'm not picking them anywhere near winning the AFCON next year. So Group H, we have the host Ivory Coast, so it doesn't matter. Whichever position Ivory Coast finish in, they're going to qualify. We have Zambia and Comoros and Lesotho. So in fourth position, I think will be Lesotho. They don't have the quality either. They're the minnows, but it's awesome to see Lesotho. Maybe they can give a tough game to Comoros, but that's about it. So Lesotho 4th. Now it's between Zambia and Comoros. Look, Zambia, obviously former AFCON champions, one of the greatest stories ever in international football. They have great players. You think of Sakala, you think of Patsundaka, they have so many. And Wepu, oh my god, the players Zambia have. They are a very high scoring team, but defensively lack anything. They just cannot defend. So that's something Zambia need to improve in this qualifiers. And Comoros, one of the darlings, one of the great stories this year in the AFCON, an amazing occasion where they almost got a draw against Cameroon and pushed it to extra time with a outfield player in goal. But I think Zambia will return to the AFCON. Comoros will finish 3rd, and Ivory Coast will finish 1st as host. They're going to have a lot of pressure at home. Maybe they can rise to the occasion. Maybe they can return to glory, but Ivory Coast will finish 1st. So Zambia 2nd, Comoros 3rd, and Lesotho 4th. So unfortunately, my files got corrupted, and it didn't take my last 4 group stage predictions of the AFCON qualifiers. So here we go again with Group I, which includes Sudan, Mauritania, DR Congo, and Gabon. In 4th position, remember, 3 of these teams were at the last AFCON, and DR Congo missed out, but they were in the World Cup qualifiers playoffs. So this is going to be a tough group for every team, and every team has a possibility of making it to the AFCON. In 4th position, might come as a surprise, I'm going to go with Gabon. They've had a lot of federation issues since the AFCON and during the AFCON. The whole COVID issues, Aubameyang retiring from the national team. It seemed like the team galvanized, but I just wonder if they're going to be able to recuperate and make it back to an AFCON. I think they're going to finish 4th and struggle, but I could be very wrong. But this is going to be my surprise pick of the qualifiers. In 3rd position, I'm going to go with Mauritania. They've had a lot of managerial changes in the last 2 years. They've been doing very well qualifying to the AFCON, but doing nothing at the AFCON. So I'm going to go with Mauritania 3rd. Sudan, I'm going to go with 2nd. Look, this side doesn't score a lot of goals. They don't concede a lot of goals. They'll probably have a +1 goal difference of 6 goals scored and 5 conceded in the 6 games. So I'm going to go with Sudan 2nd, and I'm going to go with Hector Cooper's side, DR Congo, in 1st position. They have a very talented team with a lot of different goals scored, and Hector Cooper knows how to get teams to an AFCON and do well. So I'm going to go with DR Congo qualifying to the AFCON. Group J, where we have Libya, Botswana, Tunisia, and Equatorial Guinea. I'm going to go with Botswana in 4th position. They're on a decent side. They've only qualified to the AFCON once in their history. I think they might struggle in this group with 3 very tough teams. So I'm going to go with Botswana 4th. Libya is going to be 3rd. Libya have actually improved a lot in the last couple of years. They have a couple of players playing in Europe. I think one player playing at Braga, who's a very talented midfielder. So I think Libya are going to do well, but they just might slightly miss out in 3rd position. Equatorial Guinea. Look, this side, you don't want to play them. You saw in the AFCON. You just don't want to play this side. Tough defensively, they're going to make life difficult for every opponent. They're not going to score a lot, but they'll win games 1-0. And anytime they play at home, they always win. So I'm going to go with Equatorial Guinea 2nd, and then Tunisia 1st. We always underwrite Tunisia, and then they surprise us, but it shouldn't be a surprise. This team is just very well organized. They don't play the most pretty and attractive brand of football, but they get the job done, and they will qualify to another AFCON. So Tunisia 1st. Group K, where we only have 3 teams as Zimbabwe are disqualified. So we have Liberia, South Africa, and Morocco. 3rd position is going to be Liberia. I just don't see them competing with the other 2 teams in this group. It's going to be very, very difficult for them. If they want to have any chance, they're going to have to beat one of these teams at home and then get a draw away. I just don't see it happening. So Liberia are going to be 3rd. 2nd position is going to be South Africa after they miss this year's AFCON. And I think Hugo Broos is actually a very good manager, and they have a lot of quality players and a very good under-21s and under-23 side. So I think South Africa are going to make a return to the AFCON. And of course, Morocco are going to finish 1st. Let's not kid ourselves. Hali Hodzic, the manager. Seems like Mazwari is maybe coming back to the national team. Are we going to maybe see Ziyech as well at the World Cup? Maybe they're on good terms finally. Maybe the huge drama is finally over, but let's wait and see. But this side is so talented. And when you have Hakimi and he has a free kick, it's a golazo. So Morocco and South Africa will qualify to the AFCON. And the last group, Group L, where we have Senegal, Benin, Mozambique, and Rwanda. So in 4th position is going to be Rwanda. They're not a very good side. They're going to struggle against the top teams in this group. So Rwanda are going to be 4th. No disrespect to Rwanda, but I just think they're going to struggle. In 3rd position, I'm going to go with Benin. Benin, who did well in the 2019 AFCON, I don't think they're going to qualify to this one. They don't have a lot of quality players anymore like they used to, like Sessegnon. But I think Benin might struggle in this group, especially with Mozambique, and Mozambique will qualify second. I think this is a side that I obviously gave tough matches to Ivory Coast and Cameroon in the World Cup qualifiers. Renildo, of course, of Atletico Madrid, so they have a very solid defense. They just need to get some goal scoring. I think Mozambique will slightly edge Benin into second position, and of course, first is Senegal. Don't need to say why. Defending AFCON champions, looking good for the World Cup, most talented side in all of Africa. Senegal are the kings of Africa, and they might do it again in 2023, but they will for sure qualify to the AFCON and finish first in the group. There's my predictions of this year's AFCON qualifiers 2023. Who will be going to Ivory Coast? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know who will be a debut at this year's AFCON. Could it be Rwanda? Could it be a surprise team? Let me know in the comment section down below. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. I'll be doing a review of the AFCON qualifiers later in June or July, so stay tuned for that on the channel. And good luck to every nation in the AFCON qualifiers. And of course, you know, I'll be covering the AFCON next year. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe, everyone. And adios.